This the link up. This the link up. This the link up. Welcome to the link up. This the link up. This the link up. This the link up. Welcome to the link up. Oh.
Yes, welcome back to the LinkUp podcast, ladies and gentlemen, with your host, Mr. King and Kana.
Oh, good, everybody.
And I feel as though we may need to amend.
Yeah, we will have to change that intro a little bit.
We're gonna have to make some changes because I think one of the first things we need to address right away, right off the top, is that we got a new addition to the team.
Yes.
Surprise!
We got Woodsy Pop back in the building. We got Woodsy Pop back in the building.
Yo, like,
Okay, you done?
Don't catch me off guard, dog. You could have tell me you was good.
Well, I mean,
Oh, God.
I felt like it was an accurate way to refer to, that was one of the multiple names I was given
Hey.
previous week.
the tagline could even be, how many licks can you
Okay,
get until
man.
you get to the center of the woodsy?
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
I wasn't going to I wasn't saying
Oh,
that.
God.
But,
I mean, I just adding on you.
But yeah, you know.
welcome back, as a new welcome back and welcome to the team.
Yeah, is that.
You know?
So for those who watched the episode last week, we had Woods on, and it seems that but Woods have a technical background that we could really use on the link up. So that's why we had added him to the team. So for those of y'all who actually been keeping up with us
every week,
for the last 24 episodes. Hey, episode 25. But who've been following us for the last couple of weeks. We normally would have a 1 week with a guest and 1 week with just me and Mr. King. For the episodes when it's just me and Mr. King, Woods will be joining us from now. But when with a guest, he can be more technical and behind the scenes and hands on and helping us.
I'll be in the Jumbi in the background.
Well, I mean, you call yourself a Jumbino, right? That was it. That wasn't me. Yeah.
Oh, I got lucky trinkets,
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's basically going to be three of us here on the every other week. He'll be a regular person joining us when it's just me and Kana. So we'll always have a fixed guest, kind of, if you want to look at it that way. And every week when he's not here, there'll be another guest in place of him.
Yeah,
and it'll just be more kind of
just to say, if you see him in the background not doing anything, don't just be like, what's going on? What is this doing there? Y'all know now. We told you now. So there's no surprises.
And we're also experimenting with a different camera angle.
Yes,
because we received some commentary. And stuff from one of our listeners or viewers. Since we got video now, I guess we could say viewers and stuff.
I appreciate you.
So we trying to take it into consideration.
Yeah,
and stuff. And
show that we listening. We listening to our dedicated fans.
Yeah, you don't know how it's gonna work out. How it's gonna look in post. I mean, how people gonna let us know what you think. If you prefer this angle from this viewing side of it, or from the other side, let us know what the fans think, the viewers think, or should we just go back to the original angle after this one? Just let us know.
And you know what the best thing is? This is my better angle,
Buy the bar, alcohol, that's what I'm really.
You see, look at how we cause this friendship.
The best friendships happen in the bar. Just saying.
I think that was a debatable statement.
Why, because some real questionable things are.
That may lead to some bad decisions, but I don't know.
But it depends on the alcohol too in the neck, Because if you had just like a normal.
So what was the good alcohol?
Why like there's nothing wrong with some like a vodka?
No, that's what?
There's nothing wrong with some vodka.
I was just about to say, if it starts with tequila or vodka, something wrong.
No. That devil. No. Listen.
This is not.
Listen. What? How you gonna compare vodka to that devil piss?
Listen, tequila is better than vodka.
Never, dog. Never. Screw Jose and Hikuevo, okay?
Vodka is garbage. Trash.
Look, to
be honest,
should not be drunk.
But
neither should
the safest drink, I think, in terms of hard liquor, just a regular rum. Any type of rum. You can never go wrong.
Depends what you mean by safe, though.
I mean safe in terms of like a little bit just to give you the taste of rum, and then you put a Coke in it or whatever. Like just the safe conversation.
Like Captain Morgan, if you think something with a brand, like I mean, just a safe rum. A rum is like there's many types of rum. It's a broad term, you know.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, if you may talk about
Malibu or something.
A Bacardi, like
Bacardi
is safe.
I mean, I'm a rarity boy. You like? I mean, I'm gonna be a new term for you.
Yeah,
rarity boys. That was something that was formed years back. It's a collective of individuals who all decided to form a union based on their alcoholic beverage choices.
Look how this man just described, just trying to put a spin on just being alcoholic.
But you gotta be professional
and having friends with the same I mean,
professional about how you articulate your opinions. I'm trying to elevate the podcast.
I mean, me personally, I can't say anything because while there was a Roddy Boys, on the other half there was Ciroc family. Okay, it was a Ciroc family because it was females involved as well.
Where the Henny Boys then, man?
But nobody trying to be on that Henny vibe too much, right? Because that's another dangerous drink.
You don't drink Henny. No, me
personally, I don't have Hennessy is not part of my normal repertoire. That's not
I consider Hennessy the liquid weed.
I mean, I don't partake in alcoholic beverage consumption too
liquid
often
weed?
these days.
Yeah, it's like the alcohol equivalent of weed. I feel like very like laid back when I feel relaxed when I drink Hennessy.
Interesting.
Yeah, I never see someone drinking Hennessy and he's like, yo, let's go.
All the fucking time? How you mean that?
But maybe that's the mood I'm in when I want to drink Hennessy. When I'm relaxed, that's like something that's warm but still goes down smooth.
I think that's what thing with you more because that's your mood. Because I mean, according to me and from what I know, and maybe this is just St. Martin something, but Hennessy is either known when you really want to get fucked up or when you're trying to make a child. Because to me, okay, what I mean, okay, let me rephrase.
Can you confirm this?
Let me rephrase when I say make a child. A lot of children have been made during Hennessy, not necessarily known about, like it was accidents, but it seems Hennessy.
Henny has been rapped about in
I mean, I should say cognac. You know?
Like, I don't think there's no rapper who probably made Hennessy more popular than Tupac.
Tupac, yeah.
Like, you can't not hear Tupac saying just the word Hennessy. Like, that unique intonation, the emphasis that he just put on certain words. Like,
a whole song just based on Hennessy. The song was called Hennessy. One of my favorite tracks, by the way.
He's not. I'm sure he's not the only one. I'm sure he's not the only one either.
Yeah, probably not.
Yeah.
Probably not. Actually, they got enough other people that rap about Hennessy. I'm sure. Cause that's too much of
there's many people who rap about.
I would say this
stuff like that.
Hennessy is
just had a song,
too much of a hip hop drink. Yeah.
It's been all of it.
Yeah.
Hennessy is. I think Nas had an endorsement with Hennessy. I think it recently ended or whatever, but I believe Nas had an endorsement with Hennessy for quite some amount of years.
But somebody too didn't have their own version of Hennessy?
I don't know.
That sounds something that Jay-Z would do, but...
Nah, you got Deuce it. Jay-Z got Deuce it. Jay-Z got you on liquor.
I never drank, like...
artists.
I never had the money to.
Maybe Ciroc. Yeah,
that was the thing. The closest thing to thing is Ciroc, and that's because they make it affordable. Nobody tried to buy like Bel Air and Rosé and them kind of thing from the. Who got the money? I don't got the money for that. Not especially now for alcohol. That could go for
funny enough. That's why Rarity was great because Rarity was always reasonably priced.
But Ciroc though,
like no, compared to Rarity, like Rarity is cheap.
Yeah, because you gotta pay for quality. That's why.
Throwing shots, honestly. Well, not all of us like trash. I mean, you like trash, well, I don't. So I won't be drinking. But I will say this though. In my opinion, Ciroc is the best tasting vodka I've tasted. Because most vodkas taste like trash, and Ciroc is probably the most deal-wittable vodka.
I think Grey Goose is better though.
Nah. Grey Goose is trash.
Grey Goose
is trash.
Grey Goose is
cool. Trash. Like
Grey Goose is cool, Absolute is cool. I don't know what this person across from is saying.
Absolute tastes like medicine. Though.
Big man, you been drinking Absolute since summer.
No. Don't get me wrong. Like I drink it and I tolerate it, but when you're comparing Grey Goose with Absolute, Absolute has a distinct taste. Like you could just give someone anything with Absolute in it, and people will know immediately that they're drinking Absolute. That's like when you give a whiskey drinker like Red Label. Like as soon as the thing touch your tongue, you feel like no, this is wrong.
That's a bit of an insult. You can't give somebody who normally drinking like things that have been called brandy and give them Red Label.
Yeah, I never had the green and the blue.
Yeah, yo, the Blue Label, boy.
I've been hearing about it. I've been thinking about it.
I've seen it in stores and the ridiculous prices on it and stuff.
I've never paid for it, but I've had like friends like in New Year's that they want to like go a little extra, so they buy like the Blue Label. They chill it for like 2 weeks, then they take it out when it's New Year's. Buy. Fun fact: it doesn't freeze, so you can just chill.
I mean, alcohol.
You know, I put it so I can breathe. I remember Yellow was one of the first people that I want to people.
Yeah, we was doing it. But I mean, you know, if you pay attention to alchemy class, in chemistry class, you realize that alcohol don't freeze. But for 2 weeks,
but the thing is, like, but it's just in terms of just drinking alcohol. If you're going to drink Blue Label, you really don't want to mix it with any other thing. So you want it to be cold for as long as possible, especially in the Caribbean.
Yeah, but 2 weeks.
But hey, I mean, freeze that for until it can't.
But how about what you call it? You just get a cooler to carry it around. Like
you know, in the Caribbean, you gotta use what you have.
Yeah, but you say like you don't have coolers.
I understand that.
Like you put it in the fridge the night before, you take it out, you put it in a cooler with ice.
The man had to use what he had available at the time. I mean, he just lived in a small apartment. He just put the thing in the freezer, left it there for 2 weeks.
I mean,
I don't know why this is a discussion, really.
I was like intrigued why the man had it there for 2 weeks.
It's a little inconsistent. Homie has money for Blue Label and shit.
Without cooler.
He couldn't get a cooler now.
Yes, keep in mind, I did not say that he could technically afford Blue Label. He bought it. Okay.
So he didn't get an alcoholic credit then.
No. What I'm saying is he bought it.
He went to the deck and Blue Label.
He bought it and
money
then
for extra stuff.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
Hey, but it's sad how many people that actually do that.
Priorities.
Get it checked, like but cop a fresh pair of shoes or get some new clothes and then can't
go
pay.
to the club twice and then stay home the rest.
Twice back to back, same week, can't pay electricity bill. But
that's why all you need is black shirts and white shirts. You can wear those every day. Nobody notices.
You sound like a white rich billionaire, so.
Hashtag no labels.
You just white shirts and black shirts. Nobody notices if you reuse them. Like, I want my wardrobe to look like Johnny Bravo now. I had a closet full of black shirts and jeans, nothing else. What else you need that?
Next I had a closet full of one lab coat.
It's ridiculous, you know.
One lab.
And still he wants to ask then, like, what am I gonna wear today? Like legit, bro.
Yeah, I gotta spend some time picking out. Some black might be richer than others. You know, when you judge black stuff versus, you might be for a couple of washes and things. You know,
you might be feeling a different black one day. You yourself soft black. Yeah. You might want to wear a hard black one day. You never know.
I just buy plain shirts or sweaters. Like I don't like to have branding on it. That also like puts more emphasis on the shirt. When you have a certain like logo on it or some fuck like that.
To me,
people notice that immediately. You go wear the shirt again.
My issue with that for me was always more of a thing of like, yo, so I already pay you money and no one must do free advertising for you as well.
Thank you.
Like, nothing I does well has any logos unless it's going to be my own.
Exactly.
When I get the KMG merch, eventually at some point, then you can see me like, I ain't looking at it, right? Because on this podcast, I've worn shirts with the S4 logo on it, but I just
but it's just in my
shirts and now that's in my organization. I got them while I was volunteering.
Notice which point you say that. First thought it was free. Now you just said that it was Martin first thought. I said no, it was free.
I just got those.
I mean, there's certain.
Wait, I didn't catch myself. We come up the same year. How you get an S4 shirt?
Because I got a shirt when I went volunteer.
Oh, the next year.
I don't remember which year it was, but some year.
Oh yeah, one of the years you was.
2 years ago, I think maybe it was. I don't know.
No, that was more than 2 years ago because you was taking up.
That was the year when I think Kiara them had come up, sir. I ain't sure. I think so, but.
I think Lisa. I think it wasn't Lisa there.
Yeah.
It wasn't Lisa. It was Lisa. Lisa, sir.
It was BZ and that group and stuff.
But I don't think that was more than 2 years ago, Biggs.
Whenever that was, I don't know when it was, but I got the shirt then.
Okay.
Like we spent too much time talking about it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Okay.
No, but I can't. When it comes to shorts and stuff like that, I can't. I mean,
like who's saying that? Like what?
No, you see, this is my school in Japan. This is where I went doing my exchange. So
cool.
I rep in Saint Anne Kraken University.
I mean, by looking at it, I would never see
That it was a Japanese. Yeah.
Like
Me
they would
neither.
at least put some kanji on the bottom.
I was thinking so as well, but
I just thought it was a regular brand or something.
nah, this is legit from the university. I wanted something, to get back. As actually, fun fact, I have to actually check that back on them. But I had actually modeled for one of the I had taken a few pictures for one of the photo shoots for like incoming students. I guess they wanted to show like diversity.
I need to see it. I don't believe it.
But they wanted to show like diversity. But yeah, that's up. I had on like the baggy clothes and the hairstyle and them kind of ones. So I guess they wanted to show like
you had the hair still there, no?
Yeah.
I see one picture
And it was half and
from
half.
back in the day. The man looking terrifying back then.
Why? Which picture you talking about?
It's like confusing. Like you could see like he nerdy, but at the same time he had like that like.
The only thing that made me look nerdy was the glasses.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I'm saying.
and to be quite honest, I think that
anybody ever described you as rowdy?
no.
I mean,
no. But you know why? But you know what happened?
I just look like
No, you know what it is? Woods know me at a different period in life. Ariman know me longer, so Ariman know me like more consistently. Why? I just meet Woods last year.
Around this time.
No, not gangster, but more lively than I show normally. Normally people know me as like real chill, laid back and stuff like that. With Woods, I was really starting to drink. So now you see like the extra. How it is now,
By the way,
but yeah.
For what Sean doing
No. I give you responsibility. You don't gotta take it and give it to you because it's your fault. But yeah, I
ain't touching no topic.
Yo, not what? How long?
17 minutes in.
But how you expose us like that, Mike? We can just continue going.
I mean, we talked about alcohol and branding.
And we did not plan to talk about it.
Yo, look,
that was a long tangent.
We bring in Woods, okay?
Unprepared material.
We bring in Woods.
We did cover introducing.
We got one thing. Give
one of the most important topics of the day.
Okay, let's not get carried away. But give us some kind of credit. We at least we stick to at least one topic so far.
Introducing the new guest. I mean, that's actually should not even be a topic.
I went for 17 minutes.
But I'm here. That's the gist of it, I guess.
Yeah, to round up.
That's the summary. Yeah.
Oh god. Okay, so I guess on to more serious topics. I was giving the story towards the last night, a little brief thing down, breakdown, and I was actually contemplating if we should actually talk about this on the podcast, because to a certain extent, I don't want to put it out there to make it seem like we just players that don't know how to control our dump site and stuff like that. But at the same time, the information needs to be known, Jack, and is bad.
Okay. I was wondering which was going to be the first topic you was going to tackle, and it's like, okay,
no, it's bad. So what's going on right now in St. Martin for our international people and our international viewers? The dump. We have a dump site on the island. Yes, landfill. We do have. Okay, let's just call it landfill.
The place where the waste is disposed.
Yeah, and it seems to always be on fire. And that's been the case for the past at least 4 years.
Yeah, in recent years it's got
at least 4 years.
Consistently?
So no, I was just gonna come to that. while it might not have been consistent throughout the whole 4 years, there was a span at least of a month where it was burning. Okay, let me not exaggerate.
Spark up.
At least 2 weeks where it was burning consistently.
Yo, for island, that's a big problem.
So now, the one I talking about specifically was like years ago. So now they had which according to what I was told and what I was seeing on social media, the worst one that ever happened was a couple of days ago. It was burning really bad to the point where they had to even evacuate people from the surrounding areas.
And they had businesses and stuff shut down and whatnot.
Yeah.
In the town.
Yeah.
Because the landfill, it's located in town. Like, I don't
Yo,
know who designed
I don't
know who was responsible for making the decision. Our landfill is in the capital of Somalia.
That's weird.
You know, one of the main
There's
places
so many
that tourists come into when they're exiting, coming off of a cruise ship and stuff. Because the harbor is like not technically in the town, but in the district that's like right next to the town.
Within a 1 mile radius.
It's like definitely. A 5-minute walk from where the cruise ships come in.
Okay, that's a little exaggerated.
To get to the greenhouse.
Maybe like 10 feet.
To get to the greenhouse from the harbor.
From the dump to...
No, from the
harbor. Okay.
From where Point Blanche is to get into town. That's what it's explaining.
Okay,
the distance of the harbor to town, and then the dump is like... I mean, if it's on fire, it's not like you can't see it.
Okay.
Definitely from the cruise ship, from when you come off, you will be visible.
To show you how bad it is, people from the front side smelling and getting effects from it. And the dust and town, you could say town is more or less in the middle of the dust side. More or less, you could say so, right?
It's very southern. It's like, because I mean, there's a beach, so it's like.
Yeah, but I mean, the dust side is kind of the southern part of the island.
Yeah.
Huh? So I mean, that's a bit, but it's still.
Town is like the south of the southern part of the island.
Okay, yeah, that's true. Yeah. You're right.
Yeah.
It's
underwater. So
Ebenezer,
I feel, is more
centrally
located in the island perspective.
Okay, maybe not. It might not necessarily be like direct in the center, but I would say it's pretty much there. It's pretty much close to the center, or maybe let's say a little bit more.
It's kind of like in the middle of the island. It's south middle. That's what I would describe.
South middle.
Some may would be more westernly and.
I would say more like southeast, a little bit more southeast. But either way, it reached to a point that it reaching cost on the French side, which is a big deal. So, with that being said, now is speculated. Because nobody knows for sure, and there's supposed to be investigations and all that kind of crap, that is arson. And I guess for those who don't know what arson is, somebody physically starting the fire. If that is true, that's a big problem. Because if it is indeed arson, that means 80%, let me put this out clearly. This is just
supposedly
my personal view.
According to me, from what was said in the parliament meeting,
is politically intent.
The way it was said, because this was what Mr. Heidegger was saying in the parliament meeting, that from the reports or whatever that was done from the past one, they was looking into what was the causes of the fires and then it was revealed or something that was arson was one of the main causes, or it seemed as that was the case, and that's what he was saying, like. What was done in terms of stepping up security and stuff like that from the past now to make sure that, okay, if arson is if somebody's coming in and physically starting these fires, that means, okay, there's a security problem, there's no cameras, maybe there's not a gate or a security guard or
We're going to get to that. We're going to get to that because that's another something that I as well watched the parliament meeting, all 3 hours of it. And I got a lot of questions because how government. First of all, let me rant for a little bit there. How the hell a government going to ask, or government and parliament going to ask so many questions about accountability and we need to find who's this responsible, who's that responsible, when the person who is in that same position is either sitting down next to you or in front of you? And they still don't know who to hold accountable. Yo, everybody in that building just play musical chairs now.
Like you was sitting in
You was in this seat before. You was there last year. You was there 2 years ago. And you mean to tell me nobody can find out what was going on, what papers, who signed off on that, who's responsible? Really?
Isn't there like someone, like when you have a parliament, right? Isn't there someone specifically handling like the environment in general?
If I'm mistaken, that's supposed to be the Minister of Romy. Who has been, and that minister has been changed in the past, like what, 3 years, maybe at least 3 times? if anybody listens to this,
like I
please correct me if I'm wrong.
Fact check it correct and prove you wrong. I mean, a lot of what you're saying is pretty accurate and stuff. Just when you're talking about the ship jumping and the just like,
it's not
really the musical.
It's political musical chairs.
It's been the same people there. Whether it's like some people been in power, the government fall, the other people take power and stuff. But generally speaking, it's been the same people.
It's the same main group
rotating and cycling and stuff like that. So in terms of who don't know, like who was responsible for what, everybody in that room knows. Like
let me show you something, Woods. 2 of the main, at one point, right, there was this big political party. And you know what's cool? DP, right?
Mm-hmm.
DP was one of the biggest parties back in the day. Cool. It had all the
Democratic Party.
Yeah, that's where I stand for, the Democratic Party. It had all like the biggest last names and all that kind of thing on it. Bam, years pass, DP split. It went to DP and then it was UP. People from DP formed the UP. Cool. Yeah, 4 years gone, people but they bashing each other. This one is incompetent, this one don't know what they're doing, back and forth. You swear it's real rivalry. Who joined up together last for this election? The same 2 parties.
Now we got the United.
So now it's the United Democrats.
UP was the United People's Party, DP the Democratic Party. Now we got UP, the United People's Party.
And the same leaders as from when Weema was in primary school.
That's weird. So you're telling me people that were calling other people unaccountable, like they doing this and doing that, but now those same people formed a party
more
together?
Or less the same people. I wouldn't say specifically it was the UDP or the UP people that was responsible or whatever, but just a general statement regarding how our government has been for probably the last 10, 15 years or so. As long as I'm able to recall and I was conscious and paying attention and seeing the faces who was in government. Like there was a picture recently where they showed like 10 or 20 years ago, and the amount of faces, the amount of people that was the exact same people in
at least 80%, dog.
Yeah, dog.
At least 80%. Yo, and that's what? 20 years ago? And you mean that people still in office?
You know, I think just to look at it from a global perspective for a second, I think that's just a problem with politics in general.
Is what happens when you have a system that doesn't have proper checks and balances in place to ensure that there's limits on how long somebody can hold office for. I mean, it hasn't always been the same position and stuff like that, but just the same people being in the political arena, running for parliament. Whenever year there's an election and things like that, there's been the same people
And to me is the same questions coming up. So that's why I really frustrated. Is like, yo, how are you could be still asking the same questions a decade later? When y'all was the ones who either was in charge of the projects, doing the projects, making the projects, or cancelling the projects, who raised the bill? So how somebody
there was a lot of blame being like, I had this in mind, but I wasn't able to execute this in this plan because whatever we try to execute, it needs to be a long-term plan. Like when it comes to solving the dump and the landfill, it's not something that you can do in a couple months, in a year. It's a large project that's going to take some time. So when you have an unstable government or a government that's being toppled and collapsed and stuff like that, every people doing whatever, ship jumping and changing parties or whatever and things like that to cause for the government to fall, so that now we need to have another set of elections and things, and this is like within a year and stuff like that. So it's like within a couple of months in some cases, because this has been going on since like 2010, since we became country St. Martin or whatever it was, the new island status within the kingdom and things like that.
Oh yeah,
and
so not the same status as Aruba.
Yeah,